Hola amigos! Welcome inside LATAM Retail Talks, the podcast where we dive into the minds of the most innovative retailers, brand builders, and industry leaders shaping the future of global commerce. My name is Yanet Gavira, LATAM Acquisition Director for Buyers for ASD Market Week. If you're in retail, whether you run a dollar store, a convenience chain, e-commerce brand, or you're just starting out, ASD is where the buying power meets products discovery. We're talking about 1,800 products across every category you can imagine. General merchandise, fashion, beauty, home, toys, and much more. And because it's open to both large retailers and small independents, you get an incredibly diverse snapshot of what's working and what's next in retail. And speaking of what's next, our guest today is Ernesto Llano, Commercial VP of Waldos, Mexico, one of the fastest growing $1 store retail chains in Latin America. From navigating tariffs to mastering low-cost sourcing, Waldos is rewriting the rules of value retail. You're going to love this conversation, so let's dive in. Hi, Ernesto. How are you today?
Hi, Janet. Very nice. Very pleased to have you here with us in our offices in Mexico City.
Thank you for opening your house to us.
Absolutely.
So, Ernesto, let's dive in with you and let's talk about Waldos. We know Waldos has become a household name in Mexico for affordable variety retail. Can you share a bit about the brand's origin story and what drew you personally to this business model?
Right. Waldos has been in the market since 1999. Back then, we saw the concept of dollar stores in the US. And then we emulate some of the product lines that we saw in chains like Dollar Tree, like 99 cents only, mainly. And then we started procuring those goods and we decided to open our first store on February of 1999, trying to understand what the Mexican consumer was looking for. And ever since we opened the first store, we were very successful. So we opened that year 4 stores, and after we kept opening many stores in Tijuana, up to 20. And when we saw the success, we decided to expand the market into other regions, Mexico City, the Northeast, Matamoros, Reynosa, Monterrey, and then we went to Bajío area, to Jalisco, and we've never stopped the growth. Nowadays, we have 910 stores. We have presence in all the 32 states of the country. And we have evolved the concept based on economics and consumer preference. For the first 9 years, our offer consisted in $1 items. All the store was at $1. And then after 2009, we started offering products above $1 because, we rely on the exchange rate. And in those years, the Mexican peso rate versus the dollar was not steady, so we had to open more strategic price points. And right now, what we have in our minds is that we aim to amaze our customers with globally sourced products that offer exceptional value at affordable prices from $1 to $5. That is our main focus.
Okay. Ernesto, a little bird gossiped me about your career with Waldos. I know you've been with Waldos since the very first beginning. Can you tell us more about your story with Waldos?
Right. I used to work in a bank for 8 years. And one of my customers in Tijuana, where I'm from, Tijuana, Mexico, was the founder of Waldos. So he was my customer since 1994. And in 1998, when he decided to open the concept, he invited me to join his company. So I joined the company at the end of 1998, and we opened the first store on February of 1999. So I opened the first store. I was the first store manager. For the first 5 years, I was focusing on store operations. but very close to the procurement of the product, mainly from the US. The opportunity buys from the US, especially in Los Angeles, I was very close to the buying decisions of those goods. And I was invited on 2004 beginning to do a test for developing regional products for the border stores. And I love the merchandising, and ever since then, I've been in the merchandising.
What a story. From store manager to commercial VP. How many years?
I've been since 1999, at 98, sorry, that's 27 years.
Wow. You're in love with
27 years.
you're in love with the brand.
I am because this company has changed my life. So that's what I aim to convey to my team. I love to see success stories from my co-workers and from the Waldos associates.
That's perfect. So now that you were saying about this global sourcing and buying goods from the US to bring them from the border to Mexico, to Tijuana, because it was very close, that's why I think. And I know Waldos relies heavily on global sourcing, right? How have recent shifts in international trade policies, especially the tariffs, shaped how and where you source products today?
Well, we currently source products from 16 different countries: America, Central America, South America, Asia, Europe. So we procure in all those countries. And with the current tariff, we haven't had a negative impact. It's totally the opposite. For us, that has become an opportunity because we see factories in other countries, mainly in China, that have goods intended for the US that are available. So we got those ones with preferable conditions because we're ready to ship from those countries, and we're getting very good cost conditions, and we've been benefit from those tariffs. Worth to mention that last year, Mexico had a tariff increase on April for certain categories like plastics, like sugar, like textiles, and some of the goods that we procure moved from 15% tariff all the way to 35%. But that happened on April
Last year.
2024, yes, last year.
Okay.
So this year, no impact, and we're trying to take advantage of the available goods that are either in the US or in other countries.
Okay. So there's no big impact in importing goods from the US to Mexico either.
No, actually, we're trying to expand our procurement from the US. The US and Canada are very important for us because we buy items, regular items that we develop with some of the factories in the US and in Canada. And also in the US, we do a lot of opportunity buys, especially in the ASD show. That's a very important window for us. That's why we attend twice a year the ASD. The first time I went to the ASD was back in 2004. And ever since then, I have attended all the times, but the pandemic when you didn't have the expo.
Okay. What makes you come back every single year?
Oh, because I always find items. I know what my open to buy says, what every category needs, but when we go to the ASD and if we find a treasure, like a treasure hunt item, we're gonna buy it. So we always buy at the ASD.
So it's the variety of new products, let's say, like you're a
sometimes
treasure
they're gonna
hunter.
sometimes they're gonna be new items. Sometimes they're gonna be items that have special conditions. Let me give an example. Sometimes I find cookies, snacks, candy bars that have a special condition, and we're open to buy those ones because that's what we're trying to offer to our customers. As I was telling you earlier, we aim to to amaze our customers. We want the customer to go into the store and get surprised.
And ASD aim to surprise our buyers,
Absolutely.
right? Okay, so let's move forward with the next question that I have for you. And with this inflation, rising costs globally that we're facing right now, how do you protect Waldo's fixed price model without sacrificing this big customer experience and this surprising model that you're bringing to them?
Well, as time goes on, the price point of Waldos remain. I'm gonna do the conversion to US dollar. For example, the $1 bracket, the $1.50 bracket, the $2 bracket, and the $2.50 bracket that we have, they represent 80% of our sales. So we're always focused on procuring or developing goods for those price points because that's where our customer is willing to find the goods in our stores. So that's the reason we procure goods locally, Mexico, and also in 16 different countries because we need to find that value for the customer. If one product cannot meet those expectations, then we need to replace it because we need to comply and fulfill our customer expectation.
Okay, so let's talk about nearshoring.
Right.
Are you looking to expand regional sourcing, or are you keeping the things in Mexico? What's the growth strategy?
Well, we attend many trade shows. Mexico, the US, the main two countries where we travel to trade shows, but we also attend trade shows in China, in Europe, and our commitment is to find the value.
Okay.
If the value is in a new country, we're going to develop that new country. So I was telling you, last year we imported from 16 different countries. This year we have added two more
Which ones?
countries.
Tell us.
Taiwan and South Korea. Those are the two new ones.
How about Turkey?
Oh yeah, Turkey is a regular country for us. They have very good production of goods, and the prices are very convenient for the goods that we need to develop for our customers. Yeah, Turkey is very important for us. Spain as well.
And Brazil?
Brazil.
I saw a big pavilion, a Brazilian pavilion in ASD last show.
From Brazil, we have bought through distributors.
Okay.
Certain national brands from Brazil, especially on cookie and dessert. We have bought at the ASD. We bought last show.
Okay, that's
product
good.
From Brazil.
Very good to know. And well, now that you source 16 and more countries, and we know about your value proposition to keep this surprise for the customer and the value that you have to provide in the products, what are the trends right now in Waldos? What categories or products are exploding right now in Mexico?
Right. What we saw this year in Mexico with our customer is that they are very conscious. They are very careful to make their purchasing decisions. So what I saw that surprised me this year are the seasonals. Seasonals are very strong. Meaning for seasonals, we started with Valentine's, then you have the Easter and the Lent, then the Mother's Day. So they have been performing very strongly for us. Now we're preparing for Father's Day, graduations, and back to school. So hopefully we have good seasons as we started the year. But that's what is heading the performance this year. Secondly, all the consumables, all the basic home goods and the product for the pantry. Those are the ones we're selling very good. And a little bit conservative, the general merchandise. Customer is kind of cautious with the general merchandise this year. So hopefully we can understand very well our customer because Waldos relies a lot in the sales of general merchandise. Are very important for us.
Well, I thought you were going to answer two categories that you didn't mention, and I'm going to just ask for them. How about pets?
Pets is very good. Pets is one of the mid-tier categories for us. Our number one category is going to be housewares. Pets is going to be in the mid-tier, very strong, performing at double digits. Is very good, very noble category, and I would say for the last 5 years, performing at double-digit growth.
And you haven't mentioned something that is very special and that surprised me and amazed me all the time when I'm in the traffic. How about motorcycles and vehicles? Talk to us about that. That's a big expansion for you guys.
Right, that is our new category that we launched a year and a half ago, and we started distributing combustion motorcycles from a very well-known brand in Mexico. So we started there, and then since we have a lot of contacts in China, then we started developing our private label, which is Kiwo. And we brought some combustion motorcycles, and then we did some tests with electric bikes, and those are the ones that really made the difference. We sell 90% of our sales are electric bikes, and the rest is going to be the other categories, other kind of electric motorcycles, combustion motorcycles, tricycles, but electric bikes became a niche for us.
So you found it.
Yeah, we found it. We're selling very good. We're very happy. But there's one thing. I mean, we have the value, we have the quality, and we have the innovation. We're now in the third generation of electric bikes, and the customer really likes it. Even we have distributors throughout the country that sell our electric bikes.
So you can find this brand that you said,
Kiwo,
not only in Waldos.
Right.
You have other distributors in Mexico, around Mexico.
You're gonna find in distributors that sell multiple brands and some supermarkets as well.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So maybe I can find in a chain store starting with a W that is not Waldos. Maybe I can find a Waldos bike.
not that one, but in other ones, you're going to be able to find them.
Wow, that's good. So, Ernesto, talking about this big expansion and these treasure hunts that you already have found here in Mexico and everything, what's Waldo's expansion plan? What tech investments, new customer experiences?
Well, we have, for the past 3 years, developing a very aggressive growth plan. 3 years ago, we opened 70 stores. Then we replied 2 years ago, 75 stores. Then last year, we opened 96 stores. This year, we're going to open 130 stores. And this year, we will be over 950 stores. So next year, I would say at the middle of 2026, we're going to reach the 1,000 store count. And we're very happy, but also very focused because you need to coordinate all the areas in order to make this happen. Also very important to mention, this year we're opening our 4th distribution center in Monterrey.
Okay.
We have 3 right now. We have in the state of Mexico, which is very near Mexico City in Lerma. We have the biggest distribution center. Then we have Guadalajara. We have Tijuana. And as of August, we're going to start operating in Monterrey.
Are you going to invite me?
Yes.
I want to take a sneak peek.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
We're very happy and very focused to execute our expansion plans.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We always want to be as close as possible to our customer.
Okay. So not only this value proposition of a dollar store, trying to combine with that. You're one of the largest stores here in Mexico, the largest chain, I would say, of affordable prices and goods. And I'm just gonna go very fast so we can finish this interview. And retail rapid fire. Just tell me.
Right.
Your favorite product.
Snacks and housewares.
Okay. A market outside Mexico that you would like to expand to?
I'd love to be in Central America because it's very close for us and the population has culture and preference alike Mexico.
One country, just one.
Guatemala.
Guatemala. Okay.
Right.
One trend that is overhyped.
I would say the traditional marketing.
Traditional marketing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because we need to evolve. We need to take into consideration all what is happening.
So the last one trend that is underrated.
I would say the customer knowledge, because the retailers tend to assume that we understand very well our customers, and the customer changes very quickly with all the information they have, with all the channels to buy online, brick and mortar stores. So one of the challenges I see in my team is that we need to understand faster what the trends the consumer is looking for.
That's very true. So Ernesto, thank you very much. Anything else that you want to add to our audience?
Yes, I want to tell you that we're very pleased to have you, to take us in consideration. We really value ASD, what ASD is doing for all the retailers and for us. We really find a lot of the products that comply our purpose. We need to be different. We need to offer value every day, and we find that value in a very important percentage with the contacts we have through the ASD.
I'm very happy and pleased to hear that. So guys, that's a wrap on today's episode Inside LATAM Retail, brought to you by ASD Market Week, where the smartest retailers go to discover new products, connect with global suppliers, and future-proof their business. Huge thanks, Ernesto, for attending us. This is our first LATAM series, and we are very, very happy to have Waldos as our first guest. It's a big opening for us with you, and I really find great value on today's episode with your story. Please rate, review, and share. And if you want to attend ASD, just ping me. Send me a message or go to asdonline.com. And until next time, keep innovating, keep adapting, keep those retail relevations along. Thank you.